Krishna Krishna Okay. Will you do some setting, Prabhuji? Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for giving your valuable association. Thank you, Rishikesh Prabhu Puja Mataji, for hosting all of us. We are very grateful to you. Thank you so much. And welcome Sri Ram Krishna Prabhu and Vishakha Mataji. Would like to hear from you about your yatra. You have been to Mayapur. So that's one dham that we can cover. We covered about Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan. So now we can hear all three dhams. What a wonderful. So we'll do some kirtan before we get started. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Yamuna Tira Vanachariya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya 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 Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gita Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gita Gaura Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, Hare Krishna. So once again, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. So let's begin with Mangalachara. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutamada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsya Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nidinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I affirm obeisance to at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant Koti Vaishnava ki jai. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for your association. So we'll continue study from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes. Maybe we can move a little forward. Yes, you can come up a little bit. So we'll continue study from Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are studying from Canto number 1. And we are the chapter 10, where Krishna is now departing for Dwarka. So that's the chapter we are studying. And these are the section that we have covered, like, Kingdom of Maharaj Yudhishthira, how opulent it was, right? That we talked about it, how the prosperous kingdom it was, how the subjects were very happy, everything was growing so nicely, right? Then intensity of the Krishna's attractive influence, which was there, because Pandavas could not bear the separation. They feel very sad about it, right? And then Lord Krishna was appropriately honored by giving him. This is how we should learn from these behaviors, how we can respect the guest when it comes to our home, right? All these things. And then we are currently studying from Hastinapur ladies discussing the Lord's glory. Now they cannot come in front of the Lord, but they are on the rooftop of the palace and they are hiding behind the doors and looking from there to Lord Krishna. They cannot come in close to him. So they are all glorifying him. We saw so many verses where Krishna is glorified. So today we'll cover 2 more verses in this line and then move and try to close this chapter today. So whatever study that we are going to do, nothing is mine, dear devotees. Everything is coming from Srimad Bhagavatam, purport of Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas. So if there is any glory that comes from this chapter, may please go to them. And if there's any mistakes already mine, so please forgive me. And I take inspiration from all these various devotees and our Guru work, whom I listen to and read their scriptures. So I hope they will bless me so that I can speak and right words come at the right time, which will enlighten our hearts towards Bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So let us begin with verse number 30. Yes, 30. So verse number 30, here the ladies, the Hastinapur ladies are talking about the wives of Krishna. So how many wives Krishna had?
16,000 wives.
Now we don't remember all the names, right? Very difficult. But this 8 prominent we should know, right? 8, the 8.
Ashtasakhi?
No. It's called Ashtabharya, not Ashtasakhi. Ashtasakhi is in Vrindavan. This is in Dwarka. So it's good. They are called Ashtabharya. Bharya means Patni, wife. And Ashta means 8. So 8 wives of Krishna, which are prominent. So we'll talk about that. But please start thinking which are the names, okay? 8 wives. Which are the, so that's a question coming up. I've opened the question paper before it arrives. So you can now start thinking, meditating on the names of the wives of Krishna. So, and they are very wonderful pastime. We'll not definitely not go into pastime because they are so elaborate. Each one is so beautiful. How Krishna married to each one of them. But we'll not go there. So here they are talking about the wives of Krishna. So, who is speaking here? Ladies of Hastinapur, correct. And they are speaking about whom? The wives of Krishna. Right? So, this is such a wonderful, they are glorifying them. It's so nice. So let us. Eta param srivam apastapeshalam. Eta param srivam apastapeshalam. Nirasta shaucham vat sadhu kurvate. Nirasta shaucham vat sadhu kurvate. Yasam druhat pushkar lochana patira. Yasam druhat pushkar lochana patira. Na jatva paitariti viridi spurshana. Na jatva paitariti viridi spurshana. Okay, Akshaj, can you please read translation, beta?
All these women auspiciously glorified their lives despite their being individuality, their purity. Their husbands, the lowest eyed personality of Radha, never left them alone at home. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, man. So here, all these women auspiciously glorified. So who are those women? All these women are the 16,108 wives. So this is talking about those, all of them. So specifically talking about the 16,100 wives, because that's what the purport Prabhupada writes specifically on those things. So here what is happening? Devotee, the glorification of Krishna and glorification of devotee of Krishna is same. If you glorify a devotee of Krishna, Krishna gets very pleased. That's why we have Vyas Pujas, where we glorify our Guru Maharaj, right? When we glorify the pure devotee of Krishna, the Krishna becomes very pleased. Therefore, we should do our offerings. When Srila Prabhupada, appearance day, disappearance day comes, then we have to do an offering. We can write. We may not have an opportunity to go to temple, speak in front of the audience, but at least in our home, privately, we can write to Srila Prabhupada, this is my offering to you. I'm reading your scripture. Without you, what would have happened? My life would have been very different. But because you came here in Western country, I'm able to do some bhakti in this life. So I'm so grateful. Something, whatever that comes in our heart, it need not be like, essay kind of thing. What spontaneously comes in our heart for Srila Prabhupada, that gratitude we can offer. So that glorification, Krishna will be very pleased. That, oh, you're glorifying my devotee, will be very pleased. Because Krishna gets pleased if we serve Krishna, but he gets more pleased if we serve his devotees. So therefore, this pleasing, all these Hastinapur ladies are glorifying Krishna's wives. So Krishna becomes very happy, right? So we should try to do this, put this practice, because when we on Vyas Puja we offer to our Guru work on a Prabhupada appearance, disappearance day, we offer him gratitude. If Bhakti Vinod Thakur disappearance comes, we can say, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, you wrote so many bhajans. Something that we can, comes in our heart. And that will be very pleasing. The small actions, can yield big results, dear devotees. Yes, I can tell you that. These are not very simple things. They are very, very, it's all mentioned in the Shastra that how we should please the Guru, how we can glorify them, taking care of the minute details. When they come, we serve them. All these things are part of our bhakti, part of our one anga of bhakti. So these are all. So they are doing this, such a glorified work. Yes. Yes. Guhyatam question. Yes, Radharani is Krishna's wife. Yes, in Vrindavan, yes. She is Krishna's wife. Very nice. That's why she is on the altar, right? When you see in the temple, who do you see? Radha and Krishna. Because he's the chief. Yeah, all this. Yeah, see Radha and Krishna. So all these wives of Krishna that you see, all the Rukmini, Satyabhama, all these wives, they are all expansion of Srimati Radharani. They are all expansion of Lakshmi Devi actually. But Lakshmi Devi is an expansion of Radharani only. And all the 16,100 wives that Krishna had, they are all expansion of the gopis of Vrindavan. So they are all same. We feel it's different, but it's difficult for us to understand this, that, oh, they were there also and they were here also. How is it possible? Right? Because when Krishna went to Kurukshetra, they all came to meet from Vrindavan. And Krishna had wives also in Dwarka. So how is that possible? So we'll talk about that in a moment when we see further in the purport over the rights, and then we'll learn from some example. But very nice. I like that question. Very good, Beta. At this age, she's having this curiosity, which is very wonderful. So thank you, Amit Prabhu and Mataji, for giving such wonderful training. Very nice. So let us read the purport. So all the purport and translation we are going to read by our dear beloved Guru Varga, Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the devotees of the Lord are purified souls. So why devotees of the Lord are purified souls? Thank you. Why they are purified souls? Prabhupada writes here, but why?
They're always thinking of the Lord.
They're always thinking of the Lord, serving the Lord. So what happened? What is that? That is like an associating with the Lord. So when we associate with someone, we take those qualities, isn't it? If you associate with somebody who is trying to be wealthy, then we also want to become wealthy only. But if somebody is a devotee, we will want to read Krishna book, we want to read Bhagavatam. So association. So therefore, dear devotees, this association, as Sri Ram Krishna Prabhu mentioned, first thing he's thinking all the time, thinking about Krishna. It's also an association. What will Krishna like? If I'm looking for Krishna will like this. If I dress him like this, will Krishna be happy? Oh, it's cold. Let me give full sleeve shirt, to deity. Oh, let me give this beautiful flower. Small. When this is the meditation. This act looks very simple. That's what it says. Bhakti is very simple, but it's not easy. It's very simple, but it's not easy. Because we feel, oh, it's so simple. How is it? No, I want to do something great. All right, do simple thing, but do it consistently, regularly. Then Krishna will be pleased. So devotees of the Lord are purified souls. As soon as the devotee surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Lord sincerely, the Lord accepts them, and thus the devotee at once become free from all material contamination. Immediately. And there are examples in scripture. Any example that you can give from scripture where someone who was not at all devotee, who was averse to bhakti, but become a devotee? Any scriptural example that you have? Jagai Badai. Jagai Badai. They were averse to bhakti. When Haridas Thakur and Nityanand Prabhu were going door to door and distributing Harinam, please chant. As soon as the door opens, Nityanand Prabhu will fall flat in the door and say, please chant. They're doing like this. And then Jagai Madai were very envious. They said, no, this is not going. And hit Nityanand Prabhu. Mahaprabhu comes, and then the story is there where they become devotee. So you can see, as soon as we surrender, and what is that? Important point is that sincerely. We have to be sincere. Yes, Akshay Beda. Yeah, he also surrendered completely, sincere. And I was about to come to that point. It reminds me, when we were in Washington, D.C., Adigar Prabhuji asked one question. Okay, how we could serve you, Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. Like that, he asked one question. Maharaj gave one word answer. Just be sincere. Sincere means what? Being disciplined. Means doing our sadhana very nice. Or chanting 16 rounds, reading scripture, listening to class, eating prasadam. This is very simple. That's what he's saying. Just be sincere. For devotee, there is no vacation. When we need vacation? We take vacation from a PTO, right? We call PTO in office. Why? Because too much work, stress, I want to get relief. But a devotee is festival. There is no holiday. Like a mother, does she take a holiday? She's cooking till her last breath. She's serving. Is she taking? If she takes break, then oh, whole house is disturbed, isn't it? If kitchen is closed for one day, what happens? So that's what it is. So for spiritualists, there is no holiday. You have to chant every day. Oh, today is Sunday. No, we have to chant. Oh, today is Saturday. Today is holiday. Independent day. I want to be independent. If you surrender to Krishna, we'll become independent. We'll go back right now. So that's what it is, really what it is. At once become free from all material contamination. And such devotees are above the three modes of material nature. They're always above that. And therefore, the material things don't affect them. And there is no bodily disqualification of a devotee. Just as there is no qualitative difference between Ganges water and the filthy drain water when they are amalgamated. So there are a lot of devotees who are having bodily defects, right? But that has nothing to do with devotion, dear devotee. Devotee doesn't have to be beautiful and good looking. No, just sincere. The purity of the heart is what attracts Krishna. Not how good I'm looking, how nice my hair is. It has no connection at all. No connection. Like Kubja, and when Krishna goes to Mathura, right? She had a hunchback and she was bent and all that. She was not very beautiful. Krishna goes and she had a desire to serve him. Krishna goes and purifies. In a moment, she becomes such a beautiful woman. And she also desired that Krishna should come to my home. But Krishna does not go. But in next life, Krishna goes. When he becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he stays at Kashi Mishra. So who is Kashi Mishra? He's Kubja. Like that. So Krishna will fulfill our desire if we have sincere desire. And where we want to serve Krishna without any ulterior motivation. This is important. We always have motivation. I'll serve, then I'll get something in return. That is business. That won't work here. That may work with demigods. But with Krishna, it doesn't work. Women, merchants, and laborers are not very intelligent, and thus it is very difficult for them to understand the science of God or to be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. They are more materialistic, and less than them are the Kiratas, Hunas, and their various names are given, which are different type of humans. But everybody can be delivered. See, if you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, everybody become a devotee. All kind of examples are there. A Brahman become a devotee, a Kshatriya become a devotee, a atheist become a devotee, right? Mayavadi, everybody, even a Muslim become a devotee. So there are so many examples. Anyone can become a devotee. There is no qualification to become a devotee. To become a devotee, what we need? Just surrendering to Krishna. Krishna, I am yours. That's it. And then whatever Krishna tells, that we do it. And that is the only qualification that we need. It doesn't mean which country we are from, where we are born, what is your skin color, what is my economic position, what is my education. These are all materialistic qualification. In Krishna's world, this doesn't work. So we just have to be like that. And one of the very important quality of Krishna is the shield. You know shield? What have you heard of shield in Sanskrit? Shield means somebody is. We'll go here. So here I want to talk about this. Shield means a character. Character, how a person conducts his life. This all comes under shield in behavior. For example, in Ramayana, when Jatayu was about to leave his body, but he was waiting for Lord Ram to come so he can give the message that which direction Rama went, right? When Lord Ram comes to know about this service that Jatayu did by giving his own life, he became so overwhelmed and he was crying. He was crying so much that Jatayu has given his life for my sake. And then He was telling Jatayu that I am feeling more pain now as you leave the body than when I got the message of my father's demise. When Maharaj Dasrath left, Lord Ram was in the forest. So somebody sent a message, that father has left. So definitely Lord Ram cried at that time also. He cried profusely. But here he felt more pain. He cried and felt more pain. Why? Because he's serving. So you can see that how the Lord Ram is showing this wonderful characteristic. And then he tells Jatayu that now that you will go to spiritual world, when you go and when you meet Dasharatha Maharaj, you may ask about me. So don't tell him about the Sita's abduction. He will feel disappointed. Because I will anyway find out Mother Sita very shortly. So you don't tell him if everything is fine. So this is also not to give pain to his father. So this is how we should think. By speaking something, am I giving pain to someone? By doing something, am I pleasing someone? That is Shi. That's what it is. Next wonderful pastime comes of Rukmini. When Rukmini was abducted, right? Everybody knows about this pastime, right? Rukmini was abducted. So Lord Krishna abducts her from the marriage arena and takes her. He fights. His army comes, and Balramji and everybody defeats the Rukmi's army. And then he is taking Rukmini back to Dwarka, and then he tells, we become victorious. Now Rukmini is not married yet. He just got abducted. He says, we won because of your army. He is giving credit, before your marriage, saying this is all your army. Means now we are going to marry. But he is giving credit even before that. This is called Shiv. This is character. See, this is how Lord Krishna is teaching from his behavior. So we have to develop these kind of qualities. That's how we don't have to imitate, but certain quality we can take from Krishna and try to implement in our life. So that's what we should try to do. Yeah. So Prabhupada further writes, and when Krishna took these girls, like all the 16,100 girls from Bhaumasur or Narkasur, right? He did not tell them, oh, you come from such background, you were contaminated, so okay, you come, but it's not like show off that, okay, I rescued you. So, nothing of that sort. Krishna has given them equal right, like he gave to Satyabhama, he gave it to Rukmini. Same, because every queen had a palace. And Krishna was present with all of them at once, at all the time. That's what is mentioned. See, it's mentioned you see this, he never left them alone at home. Now, we all have one wife, right? Most of us have one wife. When we go out, what happens? The wife is at home. She's alone. One wife we cannot manage. We can't do this. Right? So it's difficult. But Krishna never left them alone. Always with them. Always. Therefore, when Narad Muni comes, he gets very bewildered.